Cowabunga, dudes, because you have reached Wrestle Zone 2 Review. I'm your man, Steele, and today I'll be reviewing from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mondo Gecko. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mondo Gecko. But before I get into the actual review, let's go over some of the old school details on this packaging. Up front, here's two blisters showing you the figure and all its accessories inside. On the top here, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. Above that, you have two vintage illustrations of Mondo Gecko. Down here, you have turtle insignia. And on top of that, it says Mondo Gecko, weapon, sewer skateboard. Below that, you have another vintage illustration of Mondo Gecko. Below that, you have a caption bubble that reads, "Eat my dust, dudes." Below that, you have a warning label that says, "Warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3. In the other corner here, you have the Playmates Toys logo. The back of the packaging here, on the very top, you have the Nickelodeon logo. In the other corner here, again, you have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. And over here, you have a caption that reads, "The evolution of the turtles. A boy's bowl of pet turtles falls into the stench of an underground city sewer. They land on Splinter, a penniless but powerful ninja master who lives in a mob." Next to that it says, "Splinter's enemy Shredder, leader of the evil Foot Clan, pours a disgusting green ooze over Splinter and accidentally the turtles, hoping to zap him dead." Then over here it says, "Instead, the turtle pets mutate into turtle teens and Splinter turns into the biggest rat ever to face a trap." And finally over here it says, "Splinter, the big cheese leader, teaches the turtles the way of the ninja. Together, they form a kick-stomping fighting team for the side of good against the deadly Foot Clan. Get ready for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles." And a million across of all the other real figures. And down here, file card over here, a profile picture of Mondo Gecko. And up in the corner, here, you have a Turtles logo. Up here it says, "Portrait of Mondo Gecko, the rip-roaring skateboarding reptile." Down here it says, "Battle Gectistics, accessories, turbocharged sewer skateboard, tail skate. Birthplace, Quarter Pipe, Hawaii. Height, 4 feet over the lip. Weight, 150 pounds with clear skin. Favorite phrase, skate or die. Favorite pastime, tongue and fly." But down here it says, "A loner, a lizard, a skate master, mutated from a headbanging thrash metal teenage guitarist. Mondo Gecko is the coolest lizard to surf the concrete jungle, known to his cold-blooded born brethren as the Mod. Mondo Gecko likes to skate the sewers and grease the grind. This Maximina grooves on shining the curbside and puts fun and freedom ahead of everything else. He's always stoked and looking for a new adventure. So when the turtles need some extra help, Mondo's ready to skate, rattle, and roll." And down here it says, "Mondo Gecko and the turtles make funky, freestyling friends. Teenager to the end, Mondo's got his brain jammed into Michelangelo's frequency. They're both party dudes, and that makes for a totally awesome twosome. With braces on his tubular teeth and cream on his mutant zits, Mondo Gecko chomps and chews on butter beans and rips through sewer pipes, ready to crash and thrash the foot. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Classic Basic, Mondo Gecko." Mondo Gecko was released October 2023 with the suggested retail price of $11.99, and he is available at all major retailers. Mondo Gecko was released along with the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classic Basic Wave 5 figures, Leatherhead, Shredder, Baxter Stockman, Splinter, and Ray Fillet. Mondo Gecko has 7 points of articulation, and the accessories include his turbocharged sewer skateboard and tail skate. Mondo Gecko stands 4.5 inches tall, and he is meant for fans ages 4 and up. Now that Mondo Gecko on my display table, let's go over some of his plate features and accessories. First, I want to talk about his turbocharged sewer skateboard. This skateboard is really cool. You get some detail where the wheels actually do roll on a skateboard. On the top here, you have a sticker detail with a graphic of a skull and crossbone and a green and yellow flame. On the back of the skateboard here, you have some molded detail. We got an engine and tailpipes. Very, very nicely done. Ordered an arm Mondo Gecko with this turbocharged sewer skateboard. You have a couple pegs on top here. Up on his feet here, you have a couple portholes. We're going to plug in Mondo Gecko into a skateboard just like that. And just like that. And now you have Mondo Gecko on this turbocharged sewer skateboard. Very cool, and as I mentioned earlier on, the wheels do roll. Pretty cool play feature. And another accessory that was listed on his bio card was a tailskate. Unfortunately, the tailskate's not an actual accessory that comes off his tail. It's a molded detail as part of the tail, as you can see right there. Well, it's really very nicely done figure. He is a reissue, so you gotta be a little bit forgiving. He was originally produced back in the 1990s, but I am glad that they reached this figure because, as I mentioned many times earlier on in my other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reviews, I sold off that collection. Unfortunately, I don't have my original Mondo Gecko to do a side-by-side comparison, but off memory, I have to say he looks just like the original, and I'm sure that Playmates Toys did some minor variations in the paint scheme to kind of make it different from the original, which I'm okay with. And they did that with Krang, and that's the only figure I kept with my original collection. But nonetheless, they did a lot of original details where they did a sticker detail for the t-shirt right here with the skull and crossbones. I mean, same as the sticker detail on the skateboard. You get some paint detail. You get this knee pad right there that's a skull. You get this other one that's a spike. You get a glove detail. It's very, very nicely done. And I know I mentioned earlier on that this figure has 7 points of articulation. This figure primarily only has 6. They did not give it the bicep swivel like the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, but you do have the leg articulation, arm articulation, head articulation, and tail articulation. So you do have 6 points of articulation. Very nicely done figure. And I know, like right here, you got the brace detail right there, and they didn't really paint that brace detail to kind of make it stand out from the teeth. So it's all one painted detail right there. But nonetheless, it's a great figure. And if you look at it, there's lots of great mold detail there. I don't see any zit detail. I know, like on the bio card, it says something about him having zits and cream, but I don't see any of that. And that could be the little bumps on his skin that they're just kind of saying that they're maybe pimples or zits or he has bad skin. But nonetheless, he's a cool figure and a welcome addition to my collection. And I'm glad I'm able to replenish my old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collection. But if you guys found any of the information in this review valuable, please like and share this video. Also, if you really enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. And while you're there, click the bell to be notified of any future videos. I want to thank you guys for watching Red Steele's Toy Collector Review. I'll check you guys out next time.